I am Willie Diefenbach-Jones, and thank you so much for joining me today. I'm super excited you're here. Hey, are you like me? You've heard many times to network up, and yet if you try to network up, and if you're asking the question, what does network up mean? That means to network with people that are above or higher than you, either in a corporate America, or you feel like they're higher up in whatever, social economic status, whatever. And you're thinking, oh my gosh, and you get to network up, but you're like, what do I say? You get to the event or you get the introduction and you can't think of a thing to say. How am I going to talk to this and make an impression? Well, I'm going to give you 7 tips today. And tip number 1, or before I get into that, is your comfort zone is your safety zone. And where you get into uncomfort is where the magic happens. And so today we're talking about all how to get into that magic. So tip number 1 is don't complain. If there's a upper leader or somebody that's a very successful entrepreneur or business person, don't complain about their product or don't complain about the weather. Nobody likes to hear a complainer, and you want to be really positive because you want them to be attracted to you. So number 2, don't be a suck up. I see this happen all the time. And you may say, what is a suck up? That's somebody that comes up and says, oh, I read your book and it's so good and blah, 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 blah. You know that person that sucks up all the time and is, I call them Susie Flattery, because they're going to flatter, 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 flatter. You don't want to do that because that's what everybody else does. Number 3, you want to work in the context of where you've met this person. So like if you're at an event that's a chamber event and you have a speaker, you want to talk about something relevant to the subject. Maybe, what was your biggest takeaway? Or maybe, start in an engaging conversation around it so people can get interested. And if you know you're going to an event and going to meet a person, or so-and-so is going to be there, the mayor of your city or the Vice President of the United States or the Chief Executive Officer of ExxonMobil, if you know they're going to be there, Google them. Find out what their interests are. Because guess what? If you can talk about their interests, that's even better, because that shows you did some work and you know something about them. And everybody likes to talk about what they're interested in. Number 5. If it's somebody you've met before, don't assume they remember you. This is something that's a pet peeve of mine. If I go to a conference or something and somebody comes up and says, hey, Willie, remember me? And I'm thinking, no, I don't remember you. You want to think about, they have met so many people too. Don't say that. Go up and say, hey, my name is so-and-so, and we met at the blah, 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 whatever the event is or wherever you met before. And don't ask, do you remember me? Because you're putting them on the spot. Nobody likes to be put on the spot. This is the big one, number 6. Don't try to sell to them. Just be friends with them. Or just get to know them. But don't sell, because that's what everybody else does. So you don't want to do that. And my last tip is number 7, do something for them. And I don't mean right then and there, but do something positive for them so that they can remember you. We've always heard the fortune is in the follow-up, and you want to do something positive so that they remember you. Now, for my 5 tips of what to do for them, I'm going to do that separately, and I'll do that as a free giveaway to you. All you need to do is message me, and I will share my 5 tips as to how to follow up with them in a positive way where you're doing something for them. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video. Have an amazing day. Bye for now.